Well, good morning. I'm sorry for the lighting. I can't figure out how to fix that. How are you doing, Vicki? I appreciate you coming today. Looks like we're the only ones here right now. That's right. How are you doing? So, as you know, I'm Tricia,
I'm Richard.
and we are working on the roads, and that's what we're trying to get to. We're doing our very best to get to that point of being able to be on the road. As you know, our first step was we had to get a rig. We have a rig. This is the curtain separating the front from the house. I actually like it's a brown pattern, white. I like it.
You can see it.
Yep, they can see it. And so what we'll talk about today is the RV tech. Where RV staying? Welcome, glad you're here. We're going to talk today about the RV tech's assessment of our rig. And I'm sorry that I'm whited out, and I'm sorry to keep hitting the table. I'm just sorry today. Okay, let's get it over with. Sorry.
Every day.
Because I'm going to do stuff that is annoying. So we had a professional RV tech travels. Welcome, howdy to you. From Texas. Joel, you're making your way there. You're making your way there. I'm excited for you to get out there and meet up with everybody. I'm excited to you guys. That's still our plan, is to be able to leave here the 29th, or excuse me, the 26th. So we're going to talk about the technician's assessment. And the assessment was, we'll start to the bottom. Roof, excellent. Our team and Jerry, hello. Yes, the and I forgot my mouse. Little House Land Cloud Adventures, welcome to you. DMRV style, glad you're here. Breaking up badly. Do you have your phone, Richard?
Yeah. Why?
I wanted you to check. I don't know why we're breaking up so badly. Hitch up and toe, hello to you. I'm gonna connect real quick to my phone.
Why do you want me to have my
Because could you go on there too, please? Because it
phone on here?
yes, for a couple of reasons, but number one, it's a little bit easier to read the chat. So the RV tech. So we're out in a rig, and hitch up and toe. Thank you for coming. Very, very happy you're here. So we're out in a rig, and okay, I kind of heard that from Richard's phone. So we're in the rig right now. This is separating us from the front of our cabin, and the RV tech came. Roof was great, perfect, in good shape, no problems there. Hello, Kaylee. And I whined to her a little bit last night on text message. So it's not, I said, we've got a good roof. We're not leaking. By the way, it's been raining. This is out our window real quickly. You can see we've had rain. And now missing ideas. Not fine. Okay, well, thank you. And I'm apologizing for this. I'm not sure that I with him. He walked around and I don't know what that's doing. So we got a report, so to speak. So the first thing is the roof was great. Second thing is we do not have the house battery yet. And yesterday, do you want to share what he told you? You were the one who talked to him. Just go through the list of the things he covered.
There is a charger that charges the house battery that is not working. That's a $400 fix.
Yep, $400.
We have to fix that. And the generator, he doesn't do generators, so didn't even get anything about the generator. That's the whole purpose. I wanted them to fix that generator.
Right.
But we know the refrigerator is not working. We don't know if it's the house battery that's causing it.
Because we were reading the instructions on starting it, and even if you're going to use it hooked up to the electric, you still have to have the house batteries involved in some way. Now, hopefully there will be somebody way more versed in technology of that than Richard and I. Maybe we'll come on the show at some point and will explain to us why that might be. So the refrigerator. So if the refrigerator is out, he has one that he can sell us. It's barely darn it.
But
Kaylee, is this really bad? Because we can just go back in the house if necessary. Yes, it needs the battery to get it going. All right. So the refrigerator without the battery working. I guess that's the question. Okay, we're breaking it really bad. So let's go. I gotta figure this out because I don't want to do a crappy. We're gonna go back in the house. All right, just give us a minute. Please don't leave, or if you leave, come back. It'll take about 3 minutes.
Come on, Patty, let's go.
To get out of here.
Go.
Back in the house. So, we're just going back to the house. All right. So, if you I'm going to step out, and you can hand me the. Oh, my knee.
Close it.
No, I can walk it open.
Go, Patty.
Okay. All right. Can you just carry that pad? Okay. So we're going to walk up my very steep driveway. And I will be right with you. Back up, Zarzar. Back up, sir. Come with me. I'm almost there. This should correct itself. Okay. Sorry for that. Sorry about that. All right, I apologize for that. I did not know it was we're gonna have to figure out why it's breaking up so badly when we're out there. A perfectionist walked into a bar. Apparently wasn't set high enough. Yes. Gotcha on that, Kaylee. That's a lot better. Okay. Maybe we're just too far away from the router. Due to quarantine, I'll be doing inside jokes. Oh, thank you, Kaylee. Okay. Maybe that to Josh, that melatonin.
This?
Yeah.
That's his? What about this? Sleep aid.
Yep, that's for Josh. All righty. So sorry about that. And so we can restart. I've got to let the ding dog out. I'm sorry. Come on, Zar. Let's go. You want to go outside? Yes, you can go outside. Oops. Sorry, buddy. Oh. I just got to take a breath for a second. Victoria was first in the house. Where are we staying? Fantastic travels. All right, so let's get back on track. I think I've already said hello to those that are here. TGIF. Thank you for coming. Sorry this was really screwed up to start with. Our Fatima Jaffrey. Thank you for letting me know. Cannot understand you. You sound like you're underwater. Wow. Is it better? Is it working better now? Because it should be. It should be much better. All right. I put Zara out, Richard. Oh, doing intermission. Go back in the house. There's a good test for when you were on the road. I was thinking that too. I'm not excited about that. I have to kind of work that out. Will they go? Please take the time to like and subscribe. Oh, yes, please, if you haven't had the time. While I was walking up that dang driveway that I wish my father would have straightened out. All right, so we'll just go through the list. Roof's great. Refrigerator, we don't know yet. The owner, I talked to her last night, messaged with her. Alberta Hinksman, hello to you. Where'd you go? There you go. A message with her. She said it was working this summer. I don't have a reason to just blanketly not trust her. I am a little concerned, because God dang it. That's better. I hate feeling so whited out. Absolutely vital. And it's raining here, so we know that it works. And it stays nice and warm in there. We warm it up with the heater. The heater works great, by the way. Too much so for Richard. And so then we get to this. There's some kind of charger or something. I don't see. Let me see what I called it. The house battery charger. So the house battery apparently has some kind of charger hooked up to it, and that went out. That is not working at all, and that's a $400 fix. And then we've got to do the house battery too. So it's not too bad as far as what's wrong. It's not too bad. We've got the refrigerator potentially, the battery charger. And as far as things that could be wrong with it, we still have to get the oil change and do all the fluid things. I have an appointment for that. And having the brakes checked. They seem fine. Okay, I've had no trouble stopping. As a matter of fact, yeah, there's a bunch of options. There is some options out there, Kaylee. We'll just have to kind of wade through everybody's what works for some people and what does not work in different places. For some reason, AT&T isn't always the best in the Arizona area, I understand, but normally Verizon, which is what we have, and another one, a newer one, work really well there. So that's what is the requirements for us to be. You want to get a chair and come in here?
Oh, well.
Okay. That's what's required for us in order to be on the road. All right, Kaylee. Let's see. Question. I'm going to pull out my phone and check it. And my cup's here if you decide you want to do one for me. All right. Kaylee asks, Lucretia, do you do a parts lookup in the manuals? We should talk about that and other things maybe in one of those meetings. Very good idea, Kaylee. Very good idea.
We have parts manuals for what?
We have a parts manual for things. We have a parts manual. We have a manual for everything from the AC to the heat and everything in between. My phone is a little slower. So that's kind of where we're at. You know, it's not too bad. It certainly could be a lot worse. And if the roof was not good, but we had an instinct that it was. Nomadic Rat Pack. Lucretia, hey, I just jumped in here. If you have any questions about your RV, I went to school for it. Just call. All right. Yes, we will. Actually, I should have called you yesterday. So the technician said that our refrigerator is out and we need a new refrigerator. And he just so happens to have a lightly, or how do you rephrase it? Barely used replacement we can buy from him for $500. And so there's that, However, Richard and I were reading the manual. We were reading the manual about the refrigerator, and apparently, according to the manual, even if you're hooked up to power, the house battery still plays a part in it, and we didn't know that. We just assumed it was one or the other. And since the house battery is not working, I guess we're assuming we're gonna go with the fact that it may not be a bad our refrigerator. It may simply be that the house battery should have been the first thing fixed, changed out. It just so happens it's in a place that Richard would struggle with, and he really should not. It's low on the coach, on the driver's side, and it's way back inside. You open a door and it's way back inside. And so we're going to get the battery ahead of time and have it ready to go for the technician to put in, since he knows what he's doing too. Barely used does not mean new. Yes, it's very old. Seals and tubing could be dry rotted. Yeah, we would certainly make sure that was not the case. So here was my issue, my concern. If you do get a house battery by close of business tomorrow, I'm going to have to come out there if you don't. We're not getting one. That's just how it is. And then Kaylee will come and visit. So, yes, Kaylee, Richard and I have a list of things we're going to take care of today after we're done with this live. Nomadic, hello, everybody. Let my name up here in red. That's hello, everybody. Let my name up here in red. Oh, okay. And let's see. Yes, Lucretia, please call me. I know about all those things. Can I ask how much the technician charged for the once over? Are you sitting down, Troy? $250. $250. And and he did not include a check of the generator. And that's the main reason I called a technician out. I mean, I still was going to have a technician come, but and so as it turns out, hello, Rob on the road. As it turns out, his son does generator work. And he knows that he's pretty sure his son just did one for $150. So I'm just saying that bothers me. I would have really truly thought that a technician who comes out to go over someone's used RV, that is included. So that's what I said in the title. I think ethics. That doesn't necessarily feel ethical to me. And then, by the way, his son fixes them for about $150. I'm sure that's his once over of it. So anyways, on the good side of all the bad, as it turns out, if we had a Class A and we had to replace that charger to the battery, $2,500 as opposed to $400. $2,500 for some little charger. I know it. I'm going back and forth. It's soothing me. Bamarush, hello, good afternoon. I know it's afternoon for everybody now. Honey, that coffee smells good that you just did. He will claim all these issues that lo and behold, someone he knows can fix for you. And it's helpful that it's his son. And if his son, it's K&M RV, mobile RV repair, and his name is Ken or something like that. Kevin. I wonder if his son's name starts with an M. Just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. As Camper Van Kevin says. And happens to have a fridge. He has just 2 of them, though. Zelda sounds like a Scabbers. I know, but he drives a nice high top van with his name on the side. Full of tools, as Richard said. And some parts. He just so happened had to order our part. It's evening for you. You are in Britain. I believe that's where you're at. So we're working through that stuff, and he's going to be back Saturday to fix the charger that goes to the battery that was burned out.
And put the
battery in. If you buy my fridge, I'll have a nice van full of Kaylee, if you move out here, you and I can start a business. Just saying. Whatever you do when you take your rig in for repairs, do not, just a minute, Zahar. Do not tell them you're newbies. They will take. I've done everything wrong. The best con men are the ones who look the most professional. Dang it. So, Richard, what do you want to contribute? Wandering Gypsy Vanner. Hello to you, sweetie. I'm glad you're here. What would you like to come over here and contribute to it after you bring me my coffee? I do have a great husband. I do. He's useful in many, many ways, and he's very smart. I just want him to get fully well. He's better. He's been up walking around, participating a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. All right, so our list. I'm Parks Hunting Hound. Can't wait for a meeting. All right. All right. You and I were just thinking the same thing. So here's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to tell everybody right now. I'll watch your cup. So here's what I'm going to do is just, I know that I've shared this with most of you already. I have a Patreon. I don't even know the right term for it. Kaylee, I'm a member of Patreon, and I've been working on figuring out how to use it for my benefit, for the channel's benefit, for everybody's benefit, so that everybody gets something out of it. I hate thinking like that. It's not how I got into this business. And so anyways, I believe one of the ways I'm going to use it now is to, Kaylee and I have talked about this, is I've always saw it as a way for the channel to have members come and help us literally do live stream, a private live stream, and where we brainstorm about things, use each other's experience, which we've got none, and be able to work together to build the channel. That's how I see Patreon. And I'm going to do a blog on there today. He's joining us. Got his hat on. I love his hat. And he loves it when it's raining outside. So that is, and I'm going to change the rate of joining fee. It's going down to $1, 99 cents or $1. And for all the platforms, it's not going to be split up into this fee and you get this. It's all or nothing. 99 cents or, So anyways, I just letting you know it's going to be out there, and that's going to be changed today. That's one of my tasks today, Kaylee. Nomadic Rat Pack. Lucretia, please call me before you have him show back up at your home, like after the stream, please. All right. No, I will. Before we go to Walmart. So here's another thing on my list. I want to find a picture of it. Did you know there's about 200 different types of RV parts? Thousands and thousands. And I'm looking right here at best RV water filter. So I didn't know it, but I do know it now. When you clean out the clean water holding tank, so I'm having to remember this terminology, and I'm sorry I've lost a few people. You have to hook up a filter to the hose like this.
That's it. You got it.
Okay. Got to hook up a filter to the hose. There's no giant expense in that. Where's our?
Right there.
Well, could you? Oh, okay. So we're going to pick up that today, and I think we're getting the right one, but we'll call you first, Troy. But I was like dumbfounded. It's like, wow, why do they give you so many options? New people don't know what to do. You just think if you pay the most, you're going to get the most, and that's not true. I detest bogus mechanics. Don't worry though, Lucretia, you'll start spotting dodgy texts pretty quickly. They all say the same things and know someone who can fix it. Yeah. Freshwater holding tank. Yes, Troy, that's what I was thinking of. So we're gonna be working on cleaning that out. Hopefully that would be nice to get done this weekend. And I've watched a couple different videos on it. One, you have to go for a long drive and slosh it around. And then the other one, you let it sit for 12 hours. The bleach solution, a quarter cup for every 15 gallons. And we still haven't figured out how many gallons ours is. We do have to look at that. I have videos somewhere in like
What do you see
of
out
a
there,
light
baby?
unit.
What did you
I
see out
replaced.
there? Huh?
There are fluid inside the bulb. Oh,
What?
Rob on the Road, Bama. So that's Bama Rush. I have a video somewhere of a light unit I replaced. There was fluid inside the bulb. Creativity
Sounds
RV
like a
does
leak.
awesome videos of cleaning and sanitizing tanks. Yes, I did watch Robin. I watched Robin. I watched one other. I think two others because there are different ways to do it. It's a shame when you don't trust people anymore. It's hard to trust people when you're talking about hundreds and potentially thousands of dollars when you're really limited. And so that's why I got a certified RV tech, because I made an assumption that certification maybe gave them more validity, but I know that's not true. Yes, because what I know is that if you do too much pressure, it can blow out. There's a little hose of some sort. It can blow out. And I believe a pressure protector is one of the things on this RV, this setup. That's exactly what I want right there. I believe that's exactly. It's not just a filter. There's two other pieces to that. When I get mobile, I should become an RV mobile mechanic. I am so honest. I would.
Is that Kaylee saying that?
No, nomadic rat pack, Troy. Before a customer, I would rip myself off before a customer. Patty, stop barking.
Patty, come.
Kaylee, hitch up and toe. Too much experience getting.
Come, Patty.
I already know the.
Patty, come. Patty, come.
So Kaylee, you know what worried me is that if it turns out this refrigerator works after we change out the house battery, I'm going to be pissed because he should have known that. A certified RV tech should know that. And if I'm a complete nothing knowing this stuff, then and he's a tech. It's a shame when you don't try. Yeah, we were there. Indiana Lake has joined us. Indiana Lake.
Our last name's Lake too. Never heard of anybody named Indiana though.
Following the Yellow Brick Road. Hello to you. Thank you for coming here, joining us today. Zelda, make sure the certification is recent and not an old one or scam. I suppose that's true. Pissed means drunk over here. Oh, that's cute. Frustrated. Let me use the word frustrated. I'll be very frustrated. Put a good 12-volt source to refrigerator. He can test it in test out bad. Okay. We're just learning this, and it's okay that we don't know crap. And I don't know what that means over there, but here it means nothing good. We don't know anything, and people can spot that too, by the way. So I don't need to tell them. I'm a complete novice. I'm not doing that anymore, by the way. And they can spot it, and they know. So here's the things we have to do. We have to have the brakes tested and get air in the tires and air in the airbags. Airbags. It has airbags in the back, I believe.
I don't know where they are.
Okay. But he doesn't know where they are, but he knows how to put them in. Hello, Maggie2263.
How to put air in them.
He knows how to put air in them.
Where?
Clean the freshwater tank. We have to replace a headlamp. Not one of the regular headlights, but it's this one thing below. We're going to get new wipers just because, do the oil change, the brakes, house battery. We have to get some levelers because this does not have levelers on it. And by the way, sitting out there in the road, it tilts just a little bit. And it is no fun walking around in there with it tilted. Just a little. Because there's a gutter there.
Street gutter.
I would like to replace the sink, but I don't know if we'll do any remodel stuff at this time. Other than I'm getting a new faucet. That's kind of like a requirement.
It doesn't work.
And that's it. That's it. I think, it's not going to be as bad as it could be. And we're happy for that. And I'm hoping that it all is done this weekend because I wanted to take my sisters on an overnight, and Richard and I just wanted to go on an overnight somewhere close by, nothing far away. We're getting ready to do that. The 26th of December is the day we're supposed to head towards Arizona, and we may be traveling with Nomadic Rat Pack. Maybe. We're not sure about it because of time and time plans and all that, but that's a possibility. I think it would be fun. Carpe Diem RV style. Oh, I bet it's possibly your fridge fuse is bad.
He checked the fuse.
Okay. So he did check a fuse. We know that.
He checked a bunch of fuses.
Okay. He checked fuses. Our fridge was old, but only one fuse.
The fuses are near the charger. The charger is below with the fuses coming up, and there are breakers for different items. The microwave has a breaker, the refrigerator has a breaker, the heating system has a breaker, I believe. I'm not sure what the other one is. There's 4 or 5 of them there.
I'm going to drop a link. If there's anybody who'd like to come up and talk about this, we'd love to have you as a guest. And I did drop the link. Carpe Diem. We are all here to try to help y'all beforehand. Please live stream next time and show us your rig issues. Well, I did try to. So next time I'll probably just use the camera. And we were out in the rig, but it was breaking up too bad, apparently, and they could not really understand me.
It's all the metal we had around us.
It's just really weird that it's doing that. Carpe Diem, I found that house battery is not pulling out at least 11.5 volt. Refrigerator will not come on at all. If the converter is bad, it is not charging. She will not get 12 volts to the fridge. Sounds about like what we read.
Right.
So why didn't this RV tech know that? How do you hitch to? Okay, so we've got a link out there. See if anybody wants to come up and chat with us. You don't normally get Richard, but he's here
Chatty
today.
Chatty, that's me, Chatty Cathy.
There's actually a Chatty Cathy channel. Following the yellow brick road. It's almost 5 here, so I have to fix dinner. Just wanted to drop in and show support. Best wishes to
Well, good. I'm hungry.
Yeah, we haven't eaten yet today. It is, what time here? 1:30, 1:38. And so we have not eaten yet, but you have a good dinner.
So we'll see you later.
Good hat, Richard.
Who?
Kaylee.
She always tells me stuff. She's what?
Hitch Up and Toe would love to come up, but they're naked and can't find their teeth. The teeth are important. I would agree
And
that
for God's sake, put on some clothes.
the teeth are important.
She didn't say impotence. She said important.
Oh my God. Oh, thank God. Troy, save us. I don't see you. I just see there you are. Are you ready? Okay. Well, hello, Troy.
Hey, dude.
Lucretia and Richard. Yeah, unless this technician actually took a 12-volt source like a little battery and hooked it into the back. I'm sorry?
No sound.
Uh,
Turn it.
I can't hear you.
hmm.
Do you have a microphone? Are you using your?
No sound.
Okay, go ahead. Troy, I think it was my fault.
Oh.
It was. I believe I was on mute. This was on mute. Okay, let's try it again. There you go.
Up, up, and away with Troy today.
Okay, try it now.
Can you hear me?
Good noise.
Hello?
Okay, I
Hey.
can hear you. That was my fault.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about that.
No problem. Yeah, I just wanted to say, unless he actually took, if your converter is not putting out at least 11.5 volts, I went to school for this. I went to Recreational Vehicle Institute of America years ago, and I was an RV technician for Curtis Trailers West.
Well, come on down.
And I want to actually. I'd love to get back down there before he shows back up to see if he's actually going to be ripping you guys off or not, because I hate it when people rip other people off. Throwing money away pisses me off when people do that to others.
Well,
I think he's honest.
Well,
I don't know that he knows everything he's supposed
honest.
to, but I think he's honest.
He may be very honest, but may not know as much as other people do when it comes to working on an RV. I've seen that too.
Right.
Because if he didn't know that battery needs to be working in order to make sure that the refrigerator works, I mean, to me, that would be basic RV tech knowledge.
Yeah, well, anything made past the early 80s on a refrigerator requires 12 volts to operate. And when they hit around 11 to 11.5 volts, the circuit board shuts down on the fridge and nothing will work. Not electricity, not gas, nothing. So if your converter is bad and only putting out 8 volts, which commonly I've seen that happen, and it won't charge the battery up to 12 volts, also, your fridge won't work. And he could be selling you a refrigerator and taking yours out, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Right. I want to make I want the new battery in before anybody removes this refrigerator, because the owner told me yesterday they were very surprised to hear that, because they had people staying in it off and on this summer and it worked perfectly well.
Yeah, and it's probably fine. And converters do go bad, and there's actually the actual converter that's in your rig being from the early to mid 90s.
Patty.
Just a second, Troy. Just go grab her and bring her in here, please. Our little beagle's going crazy. Go ahead, Troy.
Yes. Well, there's actually better converters on the market than the one that's in your rig, and you could keep your fuse block system, bypass your charge converter, and install a better one for less money than the one he's probably going to bring you also. So, I mean, I do this as a hobby. I love working on RVs. It's actually fun for me.
I wish I'd have paid you the $250. I didn't really realize it was $250 either.
I would have wanted gas money and a place to stay. I could have even brought my own RV. Well, problem is, we would have hung out and probably ended up spending 2 or 3 days together.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I would have loved to have come over and done it, because I'm retired and have nothing better to do, you know.
Here, Mom.
So when is he coming back? Oh, how beautiful.
I have a good son.
Oh, that's just me.
So is it normal that the batteries are so far, like not easily accessible?
Not commonly. It's a 50-50 on these rigs. In fact, your rig might even have an extra one underneath the hood, or a spot for it. In the vans, they did that a lot in the RVs. So you may have two batteries underneath the hood. One will be for the coach, one will be for the motor. When they didn't do that, you usually had one or two batteries elsewhere in a compartment somewhere.
We don't.
Ours
Okay.
is in this very obscure, like right back from the driver's door, close to the
Mhm.
bottom.
Yes.
Right in the corner of the outside of the RV.
Yep, that's common. You probably have a spot for two in there, I'm hoping.
I don't know. It's way deep. Maybe room for two, but I'm not sure.
Why do you
I'm
need?
trying to keep up with the chat too.
Will we need to?
Well,
Well, for you usually, if you're running the heater in there, you go through the almost the full charge of a battery per night, depending on the weather conditions. You might get two out of it. So a battery's only going to last you without being charged by solar or something else for one, possibly 2 days at most. And then your fridge will cease to work and everything else will cease to work unless you fire up the rig or have a way to charge the batteries like a plug-in. I've learned this camping up in colder environments up like Palina Lake in Central Oregon, where I literally put two deep cycles on the front of my rig, and I could get one night out of the furnace and run the other battery. I had two more batteries that I charge up, and they were running my Exodus CPAP machine overnight for 2 nights. So with the 4 batteries I had, we could get 2 nights, and I had to run back down to the house and charge them up on the chargers and switch them out because I had a bunch more at the house ready to go. So every 2 days I'd leave the lake and come and get more batteries, and we stayed up there a week that way. Back before I had solar.
So
wow.
There's a lot to this RVing thing. I mean, a lot to it.
oh darn.
I was just telling Christian, I go, I would have, if she'd just put me up in an RV park overnight and paid for my gas, I'd have come over and done it for free.
Well, I should have asked, but you know,
yes.
I know but see, I also know you're very busy. You're dealing with your own stuff, and
I'm tired. I could use a break.
I could have used a decent mechanic, I believe.
Yes.
RV
Well,
tech.
I'm an ex-mechanic and an RV technician, so I cover both of those areas. That's
Well, we have a couch you could sleep on.
There's 2 dogs, 2 rats, 2 people.
Oh,
We need the RV.
And I have a feeling that our German Shepherd would see the rats as prey, you know?
Yeah, they'd stay in the RV. Yes. Actually,
he'd
there's
be at
3
the
rats
door.
now. We
He'd be
just
at the door.
rescued them now.
He'd be at the door with our hound dogs. She'd be sniffing the door.
Our beagle just really loves to sniff everything out.
Like my chihuahuas do when a deer runs through the yard at 3 in the morning and wakes me up. They want outside to get to that deer.
Yeah, they'll take it down.
Yeah.
There's Czar behind us. He's a great dog. I mean, I'm going to be sad when we're without him. So, I'd always recommend getting the biggest batteries you can afford. If you can stretch for fitting an independent battery for the motor, it would be a wise move. So there is a separate battery for the motor itself. I mean, there is a car battery. We've got that. And then there's this house battery, and we may need 2 apparently. So how do you, I know I probably sound like an idiot, and like, what are you doing, Lucretia, thinking you're going out on the road? So since we don't at this time have solar, what the heck do we do? How do we?
For your situation, I would put 2 large panels on your roof. I wouldn't worry about them tipping or anything. They'll give you enough juice on a sunny day to recharge your batteries within a couple batteries within 4 to 6 hours.
Won't they fall off?
A couple of 325 watt panels, big ones. And you can actually buy a little cheap charge controller for 20 or 30 bucks. It'll operate those, believe it or not. And keep your batteries topped up as long as you get fair. I mean, even an overcast day will charge up a battery enough to run a heater.
Okay.
If you have about 650 watts worth of panels on the roof. And I know a wholesaler that's selling the panels down here about an hour or so south of me for less than $200 a panel. They're brand new.
Oh.
They're the brand new.
Thanks for telling us when we're out of money.
We'll figure this out and then move on to solar. But in the meantime, is there so RVs So traveling without solar. So if we're traveling without solar,
your motor charges the batteries back up within 3 or 4 hours of driving, depending on how much you drain them. It takes at least an hour or two of driving to recharge a battery in an RV, depending on how much you've drained it. So if you're traveling every day, and doing some good miles, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
The alternator in the vehicle will recharge the batteries during travel time.
Okay. And then let's see, there was another question. I know when we talk on the phone, it'll be easier. I know that I'll have more thoughts about it, but because the goal obviously is solar. I mean, to me, that's the only thing that makes sense.
Well, let me address Keely's thing. She says that you're going to need an inverter too. Yes, she probably will want an inverter, but unless she's going to be running the microwave and larger items, she will not need a very big converter if she's just wanting to charge laptops and cell phones and stuff like that. A little $50 or $60 converter will do her, unless she's doing big draws on big items. Because you're looking at getting out and just charging up like your laptop, your cameras, your phone, and all stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little 450 or 1,000-watt inverter will do you, and they're really cheap.
Okay. So you said 1,000-watt inverter?
Or less. I mean, you can get away with a 450-watt inverter to charge up laptops, cell phones, all that stuff. You'll probably want to get one with 2 plugins on it, or put a power strip on it. Just don't overload it. The bigger the inverter, the more you can do with it. And that comes straight off your batteries, your house batteries. So you'd need a couple solar panels, you'd need a cheap charge controller and an inverter, and just a little bit of wiring that goes along with it. You should have me come over and help you set that stuff up, to be honest. It's pretty simple. A basic, cheap little system is so simple. You know, if you're just looking to keep that type of equipment charged up and you're not looking to run air conditioners and microwaves like I am, it's very easy to do. My system's quite complex, like a lot of others. Yeah. But then again, I'm running almost 2 kilowatts of solar on the roof in full sun. I should be able to run my roof air without even using my batteries.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I'm going elaborate.
Wow. Well, see, now that's what I would like to have eventually. I'd like eventually be able to run, our heater, a microwave if we want to microwave, just regular household things. And I realize when you're in an RV, it is a little different, but it doesn't have to be fully different.
Okay. A lot of things people don't realize when you're saying run the microwave. A microwave commonly uses almost 2,000 watts. Even though it's an 1,100-watt microwave, the running power of the microwave actually uses between 15 and 1,800 watts to run a microwave. So you'll need a 2,000-watt inverter. Okay. And a lot of people don't realize these things when they actually look at them. They think, oh, it's an 1,100-watt microwave. I just need a 1,200-watt inverter. So you need more. You need to tack on 20 or 30 or 40% more than you're actually using on a lot of devices to actually run them.
Where are you using the camera?
Little unknown thing about operating things.
My son is going to fix the whole vision here. He's going to put my camera back up, and we'll take it in. Plug it over there. I don't know which one is the camera.
What the dragons from an RV Tech. Shanacraft just got here and was curious for a recap of what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not reading all the chat. I'm just getting what I can. Sorry, folks.
So, Shanna, the RV Tech let us know that number one, our roof is perfect. Oh, they're much better. The roof is great. And so what the problems are is that, am I calling it correct, Troy? The charger for the battery, is that what it is?
The charger for the house battery is called a converter. The part that creates 110 is an inverter. So correct.
Okay, so the converter is out, and it's going to cost $400 to replace it. And so the RV Tech is getting that. We gave them the money for that already. So he's bringing that. And he also said that our refrigerator is not working. We're questioning that. After reading the refrigerator guide, it appears that he couldn't tell that because the RV battery, the house battery, was not working. because that has to be replaced too. And we're picking that up today, and he's going to replace it on Saturday, tomorrow.
Now, can I just put my input in real quick?
This would be my son.
Yes.
So this is the guy that she had come out yesterday.
Why don't you sit down here for a minute?
No, because I look like. So she had him come out yesterday to do a whole look through, end to end. What happened? Oh, I don't look at generators, but guess who does? His son, who could come out for another fee and look at the generator. And now they want to get him on a payment plan for the damn refrigerator. And I'm saying, they're scamming you.
Okay, calm down.
Sorry, I'm just passionate because I'm trying to protect them.
He cares about you, and well, you know, it's not necessarily whether they're scamming you. You have the resources not to have to pay this much for these things with your friends on YouTube and willing to help you. You don't have to go pay full boat for some technician to come in and do this stuff and maybe take advantage of you.
Yeah,
I agree with them.
that's true. So I guess we could talk about what, since he's supposed to come tomorrow. And
I'm sorry, you just cracked me up.
and he's got he's got our part. Does that seem legit for him to replace that?
You've already paid him. Yeah, the labor's ridiculous, but yeah, it always is. I mean, these people are 80 to 150 an hour.
He only charged 75. So the total to get that replaced is $400. The parts $325, the labor $75. Kaylee. Yeah, I know, Kaylee, and I appreciate it. I'm really not I'm trying not to be paranoid, but yeah, I agree with Brent. I was like, because the generator's the big deal, because that's the thing that also will cost. If it's too big of a problem, then we can't spend $4,000 on a new generator. It's just, we'll have to get a handheld generator, that you carry.
Generator that would have fit in your rig for $150 6 months ago, and it was brand new. It had been pulled out of a rig, never used. I just got rid of all this stuff because I just got tired of hanging on to it.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I do. I would probably do the same thing. Jill's advice, my advice, take it slow and do your research first. Yeah. Okay. So yes, and I agree. And I thought I had by getting a certified RV tech. And I don't know. I mean, I don't.
One of your tips right here. If you have questions, call me in the future, even if I can't get out and perform the work for you or something. But you've got a resource here in myself that will guarantee that you're not getting ripped off. And I could even go out with Richard and do a video chat and help them diagnose stuff too. I mean, I help people in Florida rewire their garage over the phone. Three of his friends messed his garage up and he kept blowing up power tools, getting 220 and all his 110 plugins. In 30 minutes, I fixed his garage over the phone after a month worth of his buddies drinking beer and couldn't figure it out.
Oh, wow.
So that can be easily done over video chats with the knowledge.
Okay. You're right. You're right. I just, camping therapy. Camping therapy, the update isn't completely bad. Our roof is good. We have to replace this one part, the inverter or converter.
Converter, yes.
We have to replace the converter. It doesn't work at all. That's a $400 fix. But the good news is that if we had bought a Class A, it would be $2,500 to replace that part, he said. So
He's lying to you. He's lying to you. The converter is going to be the same amount of money in different RVs. He flat out lied to you on that.
Wow, I don't get that. What is
it's the same part? Class A, Class B, Class C. It's all the same part. In fact, I would have upgraded the converter and put a standalone unit in there and tied it back into your fuse system for less than $200 and got you a bigger inverter that would have charged the batteries faster.
Oh my God! Well,
he lied to you about that. Wow. If he was talking about the fridge, maybe at $2,500, that's true. But not a converter.
It was that specifically.
No.
And that a new refrigerator is about $1,000, which I understand that.
New refrigerator is about 18 to 25. A rebuilt refrigerator is about 1,000.
Who certified it? I guess that's going to be a good question. Ginny's can be found. Oh, and I would bet they would be a heck of a lot less than 4K.
Oh yeah, you can buy you just buy a generator and plug your cord into it. One of those $400 to $600 ones that are
Yeah.
inverter generators, and you're done.
Right.
Like the
No,
Graham Packer has with the electric start and all, a little push button fob, just like a remote on a car.
Yep.
About what, 50?
Girlfriend, we talked about the refrigerators have to be level if you need a new fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Cold.
Yeah, if you're over 5 degrees off level, a refrigerator will start to cool down and not work correctly.
All right. Well, we're gonna get those plastic levelers today. We're gonna go to Walmart or wherever we have to go, I guess. Many of these things we can get at Walmart, and we will just have to level it.
40 or 45 bucks, and you're going to want to get probably 3 packs of those.
Yeah.
Not 2 is a minimum on the orange or yellow levelers.
Yeah. Is there a particular kind that's better than others, or does it not really matter?
The orange ones were the first ones that came out, and I've stuck with them. I've got 3 packs of them myself for my trailer because I can't get some of the fancy levelers in between my dually tires on the trailer.
Yeah. This has dualies as well.
Yeah, see, you'll need a pack for each tire in the back, and you'll need one for the front just to pick up one side of it, the way you have to stack them. So three packs of those, I'd say, is about a minimum.
Okay. So here's a good question for you, Troy. Richard, you know, do these not come with jacks?
No, they don't. The leveler jacks are very uncommon on an RV until you get into the late 2000s. Where they started, the Class A's, they do hydraulic leveling. The Class C's, they usually don't.
Well, no, Richard was curious about if if we had a flat tire, where's the jack? Because it does have a tire, but they don't come with them, I found out.
No, they commonly don't. And I'll be honest with you, if you get yourself a 1.5 ton bottle jack, or not bottle jack, floor jack of some sort, a little sheet of plywood to set it on in case of sand and what have you, a little bit of jack. And they also make, if you have the money, these really cool things that will actually, you can drive the tire that has not gone flat on a dually up on it, and then it saves a lot of jacking and stuff because it's already up in the air.
Right.
And then you can put the jack underneath it, support it right there, some blocks, whatever, for safety, and then pull your dualies off at that point. They're sort of neat, but it's just a good 1.5 ton jack ought to do you in Class C.
Okay, 1 ton. Yeah, I was reading. So that's another thing I was reading about, and Richard was saying a 1 ton jack across the pond. Can't comment. Prices seem so different across the pond.
Actually, 1.5 tons jack at a minimum. A 2 ton would be preferred.
Okay. Oh, I know that it's better to have more than less.
Yeah, no scissor jacks. Rob on the road says no scissor jacks. He's right.
No, actually, Richard was he had a Ford. I can't think of it. It's a smaller Ford truck, and we got a flat tire at a 7-Eleven, and so he was jacking it up, going to replace the tire, and the jack handle broke in half. Oh, nice. Trust me, that was chaos because Richard was an unhappy.
You see,
tire.
In my minivan, I have the factory jack, but in all my trucks, I always carry at least 1.5 tons roll around. I believe Rob called them a trolley jack, but here in Oregon we call them floor jacks. They roll around, and they're at least 1.5 tons, 2 ton. They're usually like $80.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at those. I actually almost ordered a few of these things off of yesterday.
Don't get factory stuff for the lug nuts. Get yourself a 1/2-inch breaker bar, the extension, and the deep well socket to go on your lug nuts for that, in case you have to change flat.
Okay.
You'll fight it all day long with the factory stuff.
Because check this out. When I got the insurance, I wanted roadside assistance. I'm having trouble finding roadside assistance for 1991 Eldorado. That surprises me.
use YouTube University. I forget who it was and what the logistics of this in particular problem were, but there were people out there that had this solved. So you
Okay.
YouTube that, and there'll be some people
Okay.
out there that will tell you who to go with and what to use. I don't recall. I already did this search. I don't recall the information on it though, so you have to do it again.
Okay. That's on YouTube University. Okay.
No, that's what I call YouTube.
Okay. Because there is a YouTube University too.
Oh, I did not know that. See, I always call it YouTube University because it's got 99% of anything you want to learn on there. Somebody's already been there.
Yep.
They'll teach
That's
you.
true.
Yeah.
And is there any special thing that we have to do to the other two holding tanks, the gray water and the black water, before we leave?
We can talk about that. I don't want to go into depth in that right now, but yeah,
Right.
there's funny odors. There's things we can do to get those emptied out. I've talked with friends about it. I've researched it on YouTube. There's a lot of controversy on the proper way to do this, but a friend of mine taught me a trick that works for him every time, and I can explain that to you later. It has to do with a lot of ice to break the stuff up correctly.
Okay. I don't think there may not be, I don't believe anything there. The holding tanks, are they empty?
It looks empty.
Yeah.
If they're not properly flushed, they'll build up a little volcano of poop right underneath the toilet inside one of the tanks.
We don't want that. So we'll talk to you later about that.
Who's to get that broke up?
Doke. Shanna, did you think I was being?
Doreen, yes, if we're traveling together, we'll shop together, help each other out. That's all part of the camaraderie of traveling together. I'd love to do it with burning up the roads, Richard and Lucretia. I think it would be a blessing.
Oh, me too. Me too. It feels dreadful to go by ourselves, but I mean, it'll be fine. If we have to, yeah.
And you know, I've already had breakdowns on the road galore on some of the rigs when I was staying local, because you don't do the preventive maintenance that you do for long extended trips on your rig when you stay local. And I've had everything from overheating motors to 2 blowouts at once on a trailer to who knows what.
So you were mentioning something about he was mentioning the two the jack,
A floor jack.
yeah.
At least a 10.5 floor jack.
What?
At least a roll around 10.5 floor jack and a good piece of at least 1/2-inch plywood to put it on, and a few wooden blocks to help lift something up if you need to. You know, that good old grandpa kit, throw it in a compartment.
Yeah.
For changing the flat. Oh, and a good 1/2-inch breaker bar with an extension that fits your dualies well on the back, with a deep well socket, probably a 6-point, and a breaker bar for that 1/2-inch, a pipe to put over that breaker bar too. Because when I got the 2 flats on my trailer,
You're on there.
I could not get my lug nuts loose. I'd never taken a tire off of it. Could not get them loose. I pulled over and happened to have a big long pipe in the back of his car and just gave it to me. I gave him $20 for pulling over, and off he went, and I was able to change my tires all of a sudden.
Right on.
So
No, we don't have a jack. The roll jack that we do have in the garage is not worthy of lifting that.
yeah.
So we have to replace that.
We have to buy another one.
Yeah. Like I said, I keep little floor jacks, 1 to 2 ton floor jacks in every truck I have, just because if I get a flat, I'm not messing around. In fact, I had one in my van when I got a flat one day going to Bend, and a friend and I that's staying with me at the moment jumped out, and we had that flat changed in 4.5 minutes flat.
Wow.
Yeah, we used to work together on cars, so we didn't even have to say anything to each other. We just hopped out and started going at it.
Right.
And that included getting the spare out from underneath the rim. No, I had a spare in the back of the car at this time because I was running tires that were questionable.
Well, this one has a spare on the back in like one of those old Cadillac
The cover.
covers.
Yeah.
And so don't think did you look at that tire? I
It's
did.
got air in it. It's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just little things, learning all of these little pieces.
I made that mistake in my RV. I went and bumped the tire. It seemed like it had air in it. I took off. I got 2 flats. I had 1 spare, and it was flat. It had 15 pounds, or had 20 pounds in it. So when I put it on the trailer, it went squish, and I was stuck on the side of the road that night till Les Schwab opened up the next day.
Oh my God. Well, we don't want to be stuck on the road. We're going to have a 21-year-old beagle with us. We can't
Yeah.
have her just stuck somewhere.
The dogs, the rats. Yeah, we were going to pull out. instead of
Rat.
the road. The
Are they-
trailer has 5 new tires now, plus the old spare.
Well, these tires look pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, Bama Rush says they make airbag jacks now. Might be
Oh, yeah,
easier.
they do. I forgot about that.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I
Airbag
don't know if
jacks.
I got enough wind in my lungs to blow up an airbag.
Oh, they run on a cigarette lighter. Plug in.
Well, doesn't that burn them?
I don't know. I've never relied on things like that because you pop fuses overloading a cigarette lighter, but who knows?
It sounds like it could be risky. Now, I was watching 30 and a Wake Up the other day on his video, and he had a, here's something interesting he had. It was believe it was a little mini air compressor.
Mm-hmm.
A little, like mini. It went into a bag.
Yeah, I have a few of those.
Okay.
In fact, I've got one that's from, I think it's got Michelin on it and looks like a little tire. It's so cute.
Well, I'm thinking we might end here and go over to Walmart and start picking up some of these things and
Call me when you get back.
call
Or when
you.
you're on your way
Maybe
or
we'll call you before we leave, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then figure out Crazy Shepherd. Hello to you. Glad you're in here today. We have a shepherd here too. Sweet doggies they are. We love German Shepherds. His channel is all about his dog. It's so cute.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to end it. And that way we can get going. And I've got some good ideas from people and talk about what to do about tomorrow. And it's been recommended by Kaylee that we kill that appointment tomorrow. But we've already paid him. I suppose we could just get our money.
Can't do that because he's bringing a part we need.
Yeah, he's
And-
already bought the part.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know.
Troy was saying that if it were him, he would have done it differently and
Yeah.
would have got a more better inverter.
See, there's standalone converters now that you could actually tie into yours, and they're most of the new RVs come with a standalone converter. I'm assuming you have a little brown box that flips down in the front, and it's got fuses in it, and in the back of that will be a converter, or behind it will be the converter, because they started doing the standalones in those about that year range. They started either having it built into that little fuse box or one behind it. And I would simply install one behind it or around it and hook it right into it. But I know enough about wiring to do all that stuff real easily.
Well, I got what I got right now. I can't help it.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Since you gotta pay for it, I'd go ahead and let them do that part on it, but I wouldn't have them do any other work on the rig beyond that, just because, say, I found I have another RV technician or something that's gonna take this over, come up with whatever story you want. I'll
right.
come over and spend some time with you, and we could finish up whatever it needs.
Okay. All right. Well, we will. Let me see this. We get whatever you already paid for, then back out of the relationship. Next time, get advice from people who have your best interest in mind for free before you leave. Well, I do.
Too. I mean, I've made big mistakes. As smart as I am, you get excited and you just, the moment takes you over and you just want it done.
Well, yeah. Yes, because I have things I want to do. I want to take my sisters on an overnight.
Wait a minute. Go back there.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't do there. Kaylee, you need a shave.
Oh,
Well,
Big
yeah.
cat. Oh, he's awake today. Bye, Frommy. Oh, no problem, Renee. Just glad you came by. All right,
Yeah.
Troy. So I'm going to drop you down, say goodbye, and then we'll give you a call.
Bye,
All right.
everybody. Take
Bye.
care.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Oh,
Whoops.
That's a better picture of me now.
All right. So we did get some good ideas. It was very helpful. Thank you all for caring about us and for wanting to help us. And it's, you know, it means a lot. I've told people about this community, like my family, and said, you know, boy, I would have never thunk it. But there are so many kind people out here. It just blows me away every single time. All right. And if you are interested in helping us with the building of the channel, I mean, really, your collaboration, check out our Patreon, but do it tomorrow because I need to change the price structure. It's going to $1 or 99 cents for anybody. There's not going to be tiers. I don't like it. I don't like it. I pay 99 cents to 2 different people, or $1. I guess it's $1. Camper Van Kevin, because I love those dogs. I love the dogs. And I can't think of her name right now. But no, not Buxendy. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. But the point is, they only charge $1, and I never thought it was. No. So, anyways, thank you for showing up. Glad you're here. Sorry, this has been kind of a choppy, confusing live stream. We'll get it better Sunday when we come to play something together and have some fun.
Bye.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. Love you all. Stay safe and stay healthy and happy.